I'm talking to the league champion. We'll get to all that in a second, but I just wanted to wish you first of all, there's a lot to congratulate you on. You are actually the youngest member in our league, and you are turning 21 tomorrow. So I want
Yes,
to wish you an early happy birthday.
thank you, man. Means a lot. I'm
Are
excited.
you
I'm 21, man.
are you I mean, I know it's still very much COVID season, but are you planning to do anything fun for your 21st birthday?
Not really. In the past, my birthday's always been about family time. My
Okay.
parents usually get a cake, invite some close family over. My sister and brother-in-law will probably come over, and then
Okay.
we'll just hang out. But at night, usually I'll go out, maybe watch the ball drop somewhere. But this year, it's just all family, which I'm very excited for. It's been a while.
Okay, well, good. I didn't expect you, given that you're a real native New Yorker, I didn't expect you to act. I mean, have you ever been to the ball drop in Times Square? I heard that's like yeah, that's a huge, that's no real New Yorkers do that, right?
Yeah, no, it's just too hectic. I think it's like a million people out there. You barely see it. You probably have a better view. You don't freeze your ass off at home.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it's just fun with like with a few friends around, grab a few drinks or something legally now. But
Legally.
um,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that's usually the better move, staying at home.
Yeah, because like you have your birthday is a great holiday. So I mean, do you even consider yourself a '90s baby? How long were you in the '90s? Like 6 hours? You know?
I was born at like 8 in the morning, so I have a
Okay.
little, I have a nice little 16 hours. But to be
Okay.
fair, I think I'm more 90s than a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know what a VCR is. Know what a DVD player and all that is. Knew how to switch the little what was it? Red, white, and I think it was yellow.
Yellow, yes. The inputs, yes.
And then if you had the green and blue, that was some fancy shit. The
I
actual
remember that.
or HDMI, bro.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
so that's fair. So, but yeah, no, because like that's pretty cool that your birthday's on New Year's Eve. You get to celebrate the new year that's upcoming, which I think a lot of us are gonna try to celebrate this year. Has been, hard on everyone in one way or another.
yeah.
Um, and then you get to celebrate your birthday too. So it's kind of like a two for one special, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. I never forget how old I am. I just look at the year it is, and then I'm like, oh shit, it's 2021. I'm 21. That's nice.
Yeah, no, man, that's great. But so are you doing anything? So like, do you just combine your birthday and the new year? Like, there's no two separate things, right? Like, you just celebrate
Yeah,
one
yeah.
and
It's
then
it's never anything different. It's like just it meshes in, which is nice. Um,
and I want to ask, did you get a haircut recently? Because I feel like everyone I'm putting on here is getting haircuts recently. As everyone knows, I had my haircut because my hair was ridiculously long. But did you recently just get a haircut? I feel like you
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah. My brother, he looked like he had a bush on his head, much like I did when I was younger. So my mom's like, go get haircuts."
Oh,
We went to my
okay.
favorite barber down the block. So I've been trying to put
Okay.
you guys on. Next time you guys are back, I'll put you on to my nice little Russian guy.
Didn't you have you put anyone in the league on? I swear you put Blake on,
Yeah,
or is
yeah,
that
I did. While I
yes.
was abroad in Spain, Blake asked me who my barber was, and I think I put him on. I don't know if he went back. I don't know how it was, but hopefully he liked it enough to go back.
Yeah. Blake yeah, Blake usually makes it happen, so I assume it was a good time. But yeah, no, I literally just had to find my like my trainer at the gym. I was
Mm.
like moving my hair around the entire time, and I told him like how like long my hair is, and he's like, "Do you want a hair care? Like, need a haircut, or need a person?" And I'm like, "Yes," because I'm new here. I don't know like what's going on. He's just like he told me his guy, and it came out like this, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Ah, you look
But
good,
yeah,
my
no,
boy.
I'll definitely. I'm trying, man. I think we all are, but yeah, no, definitely, I'll definitely hit you guys. But shout out to your mom for looking out. My
Yes,
mom,
sir.
if it was up to my mom would never tell me to cut my hair ever. She would let it grow out forever. So I respect your mom, telling you, hey, time to shape it up.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Yeah,
I think he did a good job this time too. I'm going for the shorter look,
yeah,
so
no, man, you look
yeah,
you look good, boss. You look good,
absolutely
absolutely. But
appreciate that.
did you so I know you don't celebrate Christmas. Did you do any present, anything like that for this
Not
holiday
really.
season?
My sister and my brother-in-law came over. My mom made some good food, the good, the usual.
Yes.
Um, but nah, I think my sister got my brother those Beyblades. I don't know if you remember them when you were younger, when they first came out. It's the
Beyblades.
shit that you put. you put it like the string through, and then you pull it out, and then it
Oh
spins.
my gosh. You know who loves those is MJ. MJ had me literally at his house playing with them. And he had like so instead of the string, like when it was like cool when we were growing up, like he had like a little like remote clicker and like you just click you babe. Oh my god. And then like
No
people
way.
have real strategy to them. Like apparently there's tournaments and stuff. Like you have all these different attachments, different tops. Yes, I remember Beyblades. I was literally playing them earlier this year. So yes,
Yeah, my
Beyblades are
my brother, like, he goes on for hours telling me, "Oh, yeah, this has backspin, life after death, stamina. This means it can keep spinning," and I'm like, "Yeah, bro, that's nice." I remember I wanted them when I was younger because they came out when we were, like, what, 10, 9,
yeah.
and
Hmm.
I never got one, and then seeing him still, like, infatuated with it, it's kinda lit, I'm not gonna lie.
It was weird. I've caught on to trends when it was kind of so like when we were in middle school, that's when I
Mm,
started getting into Legos. Like I went through a phase where all I wanted to build was the Lego architecture sets. So like Falling Water
mm.
in Pennsylvania, that house, building the Sears Tower, and like I went through a phase where I just wanted to collect every like Lego architecture thing
Mhm.
that like I would like my biggest like the biggest thing I wanted to do when I was 12 is to
Yeah,
go to Barnes and Noble and buy Legos.
yeah.
Like, and then I felt like I don't think we were too old enough in middle school, but like then, even though I sucked at it, I want to like get into tech decks. You remember tech decks? Do you remember those?
Bro, the tech decks, oh my god. What a
That
throwback.
yes, I wanted to like get into that in middle school when everyone was like too cool for that. That's when I wanted to get into it. So yeah, no, I miss those like I feel like nowadays kids, don't play with toys. Like there aren't a lot of toys anymore. So it's like I feel like now speaking of just toys in general is just ancient. But
Yeah. Nah, I had to literally even just beyond toys, like playing sports like basketball, soccer, and stuff. Whenever my brother says he played something, I'm like, that's crazy. Like, that's all we would be doing if we, if we didn't have toys, excuse me. We'd be playing with our boys, doing something,
yeah,
just outside running, if anything, playing tag, manhunt, and they just don't be doing that no more,
exactly. Because I remember my 10th birthday was a very memorable birthday, but that's when I got my console, and
Mhm.
I can remember a little bit of life. Don't remember everything, but like from 6 to 9, like. And my console, that was still a very limited time. Like I wasn't allowed to just play when I wanted or however long I wanted. And
Mhm.
then I didn't get my first phone until middle school. So there was a period of my life where and I think all of us for the most like everyone, born like 99 or 98, like had a period of time where you were playing outside. And it's just like now it's like a little weird because like my little sister is 16 and just like everyone her age is like, TikTok's the wave now and
Yeah.
just doing stuff like that. And I'm just like, dang, like it's a little
It
it's a little weird now. It's different. It's different. I'm not trying to bash it. I'm not trying to be like one of those old people. Like it's just different. It's just different from, spending time after school the way you and I did.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because my brother, I don't have TikTok. I've never downloaded it, but people send me them sometimes. I just open it in a browser. My
Mhm.
brother's telling me about TikTok. Said this kid's 10, and I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, what? I don't
Well,
even know how he finds out because he has a phone. Like he's not getting a phone till high school or any of that, but he still
okay.
knows about it. Like it's crazy.
I think it's like because your brother has probably friends that go on it and it's really bad. So as you know, I've made TikToks. I will not promote my TikTok on here. So it's
Oh,
like
they were
G-rated
great.
comedy. Yeah, they're okay. But the TikToks on here. So I actually deleted it recently, like a week ago, and it will literally know. TikTok will know because it's a crazy addictive app and TikTok will know if you've been on it, I think, over an hour
Mm,
without like going off of it. And some guy will pop up and it's just like, hey, you should get off TikTok. And it's just like, I'm happy that your brother's not on it, but like my little sister, she has it, she's on it, and I'm not, trying to
mm,
bash her, or anything like that. But like
yeah, yeah.
it's how people are spending their time now. And like people make friends on TikTok, people meet each other like it's a different world. It's one that I never thought it's evolved so much in like 10 years on how you can meet people and like spend your time after school. But like, yeah, I had to stop TikTok and I might post soon. I don't know, but like I had to delete it for like a little bit. I had a detox. It was really bad. It was really, really bad.
Yeah, it's just the world we live in, man. I can't fault these younger people or even like people our age
Mhm.
like being on it. Like it's just a new thing.
Yeah. But so no so you had family over and your mom made food but no gifts. No
Nah,
really any
my
gifts.
my sister just got my brother Beyblades.
Fun.
I got my mom an Apple Watch, not Apple Watch, AirPods a while back. And I just got my brother one of those basketball rims. I want to say it's for
Yes.
my brother, but it's really just for me. Yeah, I'm gonna be shooting around quite a bit. But
Okay,
yeah.
I like that. I got like a couple knickknacks. So my roommate. So as you know, I don't celebrate Christmas,
Hmm.
but it's 2020. So I wasn't with my family this year for the holidays, and funny enough, the three roommates are a Muslim, a Jew, and a Christian. And Vanessa marked her territory. She put a tree in the house. Never had a Christmas tree in my house in my life. Never once in my life have I had a Christmas tree in my house. But I was open-minded. You know, Christmas is a little weird to me. It's like I don't understand Christmas like at all. And
Hmm.
everyone talks about Jesus's birthday and like the three things. I don't know anything about Christmas, but I do know everyone commercializes it. So I got a few things. I got a Donovan Mitchell Funko Pop.
Aw,
This is like now the real deal stuff. Like this is like basketball cards and Yu-Gi-Oh card. Like you can
yeah, bro.
collect
Funkos.
these. Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
I I
One of my friends literally just buys and resells like cards and Funkos like on the regular.
no,
Um,
yeah, like my roommate Vanessa, she showed me like actually both my roommates, funny enough, work for StockX, and they show me like you can resell a Funko Pop for like ridiculous money. Like I had no idea how popular these things are, but Don Mitchell, my guy, Funko Pop. I don't know if you can see a little poster right there, like that little Spider-Man thing. Um, it's like that little thing hanging
oh,
right
I
there.
see. Yes.
Yeah, that little thing hanging right there. Chanel got me that. I got a monitor, which was pretty cool. Um,
Okay.
yeah, just to, like watch stuff on. Hopefully sooner rather than later get a dang PS5
Yes,
and
sir.
the games on monitor. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But I'll show you my favorite gift. It wasn't even that monitor, but I have to show you. Hold on.
Let's see. Let's see.
This is so I think you know how big of a Drake fan I am, and Vanessa got me like his
Oh,
new merch that's
nah.
dropping. I freaked out. I was like, no way is this real. But like it
That
has
is
Drake
so
on the
fresh.
bottom. People make fun of Drake, obviously, but I love him. He's my favorite artist. And yeah,
That's you're right.
this was a very nice way to end 2020, a nice surprise. But
Mhm.
that was definitely my favorite gift for sure.
Mhm. Nah, she definitely did you right, bro.
Yeah. Vanessa, if you're watching this, I don't think she is, but if she's watching this, thank you so much. Shout out to you. And shout out to Shamel too. She's the one she got me the shirt and the Funko Pop. He got me like the Spider-Man stuff, the monitor, and like a quarter zip, like a polo quarter zip. So yeah, no,
Alright.
Vanessa hooked it up. And Shamel. So that was an interesting like thing. Apparently you give everyone's gifts at the same time. Like apparently there's different traditions. Some people rotate, some people open up all their gifts at once on Christmas.
Mhm.
But this will be the first and last time. I think 2020 has been just crazy in general, and as fun as Christmas was, I plan on celebrating the traditional holiday that I'm used to celebrating. But it was
Yes,
a
sir.
cool experience. It was a cool experience.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you had a good time. It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, try to cheer one up on this, to end the year and try to make it better. But yeah, 2021's around the corner, and hopefully, you're at least. Honestly, I remember 2020 started off really well, but then stuff kind of went
2020
downhill.
started off really well.
Yeah, I really enjoyed 2020, actually, the start of it. And honestly, like going down that route for Avatar, like I said, like I don't think 2020 has been a bad year for me personally. It's
Mm,
just been like, I have to do this instead of, doing this in person. That's the only like that's the main hard part. It's just like not seeing you guys.
mhm,
But, you know, honestly, like the people I care about have their health, and it's like I've been trying to think about as many positive things as I can. Now, of course, not every day is positive. 2020 has been hard, but like as probably thing is like as many positive things as I can. It helps like carry me through 2020, and it's about to be over tomorrow, so
yeah,
I'm gonna
a
pop.
whole year.
But so I said we had to celebrate your birthday, so I want to wish you an early happy birthday.
Thank you.
And then we have to celebrate you. You won. You are our league champion, and I guess I'll show you your prize. This
Oh,
thing could be its own
oh,
carry-on bag. at an airport, but it
Oh
says
my
right
god.
here, winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. Vince Lombardi, and then you'll have nameplates. The nameplates for the last 3 seasons will be put on here for all 3 champions. But you'll be the first owner of this prize, the calendar year of 2021. You can put this wherever you want. Use it however you want it. Bring it with
Yes,
you
sir.
to restaurants if you'd like. But this is yours, man. Congratulations. You earned it. People have been calling you frauds. You addressed this in the group chat. You've been called a fraud. You've been called many a things. So you can dispel all that right now. You earned it, boss. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. I'm so excited to have that trophy. It's been a long time coming. I
Yes,
can't.
sir. Yes, sir. You didn't make the playoffs the first 2 seasons, so you went from no playoffs to championship. So you earned it. You gotta. I want some respect on your name now, especially because not gonna lie, I was throwing a little bit of disrespect before, so now I can't say anything.
It's
You
fair. It's
you did the
completely
damn thing.
understandable.
Did you get a personal message from the runner up? Did Jason send you a personal message, or was he too distraught to
Nah,
send you a
Jason.
personal?
Me and Jason talked throughout the weekend. Um, I really appreciate what he had to say. He said that if there was anyone to lose to, he said it would be me. So I appreciate that.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting to know. Okay, Jason.
Yeah, man. It's just I feel like it was a long time coming. Last season, won 6 and 7, I believe.
Yeah.
Um, I could have made the playoffs because 6 and 7, I believe, did make the playoffs, but
Mm-hmm. Yes, it
just
did.
tiebreakers. Yuri kicked my ass out of the playoffs with the loss twice. But yeah, this season I just went all out. I should have drafted Michael Thomas over OBJ last season. I think I would have won the league because Chasen
Mm-hmm.
did win with Michael Thomas.
Oh yeah.
Um, but this season, man, I was scared. I was scared when Dak went down. I thought Zeke was done because once all the pressure's off the quarterback, they're coming
Right.
at the running back, especially under
Right.
that offensive line, which is god awful this season.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I made it through, man. My
You
receivers
you you
carried me
did
to the promised land.
you did the damn thing. I think there was a lot of surprising stuff when I was 2-6 and then won 5 in a row and made the playoffs. Like
Mm,
I was pretty proud of myself. I said this last podcast, and I want to say it, again, to harp on it, but like I didn't want to be with Onrog as the only team to not make the playoffs in 3 seasons. Like I don't want to be in that stat. I don't want to be in that realm. Again,
yeah.
love you, Onrog. Like not trying to throw shade, but I don't want to be in that company. So I had to win 5 straight. Had to do the damn thing. Um, yeah, like Blake losing as many games as he did after starting out 4-1 without Devonte Adams, and he went 5-8. That was surprising.
Yeah.
6 and 17 made the playoffs. Like this season was full of surprises, as was this year. But this season, both in NFL and fantasy, was a surprise. And you start out. Would you start at 6-0? You start at
I
6-0.
started out, I think, 5-0, and then Bobby Love absolutely did it to me.
Bob, he'll do that. He'll do that. He did it to me too this year. I think he beat me by like 60 this year. But no, you start out 5-0, and that's the thing. No one was calling you a fraud during the first 5 games because you were whooping ass. Like you were averaging 150 points. You're beating everybody, and then like you beat Bobik off a stat correction, which that I've never even heard of that. I've never seen that in my life. You beat
All
Bobik.
right, all right,
you
all
you
right.
you beat Jason by what, half a point, and stuff like that. So people were getting like a little upset at the luck you were getting, but you know what? You silenced all of us. You did the damn thing. You beat Noah in the first game of the playoffs by what, 7 points or something like that.
Hmm.
And then you absolutely. What was the final score of Jason's game? Because I know you did him
I think
pretty
I won by
well.
like 50, something like that.
You won by 50. Yeah, man.
Let
No,
me take a look. See.
yeah. I'll take a little look real quick, but Jason called me. He said, "Josh, well, this is over." And I said, "It's only Saturday. Like you don't know." He's like, "No, bro, it's over." And I was upset that he
Yeah,
was so dejected so
yeah, yeah.
early, but
It was 50 basically.
it was
139,
50,
140, we'll say to 90. Oh no, that was on
140.
my
Then
apologies. Um, yeah, 163 to 101.
163 to 101. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
it's always next season. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna say who's specific. I'll say who specifically. I know Yuri's already planning to. He already, this league at 12 teams. He knows his pick. And he's
Yep.
planning for next season. I know there are people in this league who are already planning for next season, but I wanted to before we even move on to next season and what it looks like, and finding out all this other stuff about our league, I wanted to have a podcast on and give you your your due respect, because you earned it. You earned it.
Yeah,
So,
man. No, I think I had a really good team. My record definitely showed that. But
mhm,
it's funny you mentioned next season with Yuri because I knew I think it was last season. I drafted the Steelers defense just because I knew like they were gonna be ridiculous. I saw it last season. I
mhm,
drafted them a round or two earlier than I should have, but it's just because I really wanted them. People are really taking the Niners, the Bills, the Vikings, but this Steelers defense, they really got together when I think it was the linebacker coach that passed away, and
mhm.
then after that, the following 4 weeks of the season, I think they let like 13 to 15 points a game, and then they had ridiculous turnovers. I had them last season. Um, and I drafted them this season. They won me quite a few games,
Yeah.
along with the Chiefs defense, because I saw they just had easier matchups. For me, this
Mhm.
whole season was just forward looking. It's like
Yeah.
looking at easy matchups on defense, taking good defenses, and honestly, the Steelers defense would have rode them all year if they didn't have so many injuries. Like they were on
Yeah.
at the third linebacker, fourth linebacker, second corner, second safety at one point in the season. Like they got banged up,
They were.
really
They were
banged
banged
up.
up. Well, I guess speaking of which, so now that there's no more fantasy football predictions to make, I said that Noah was gonna win this thing. Chris said Noah was gonna win this thing. We were both very, very wrong. You came out on top. But in regards to the Super Bowl, who do you think's gonna be in it and who do you think's gonna win? I'll tell you who I want to see in it. I want to
Yeah.
see Chiefs Packers. I think that'll be the most entertaining, fun do like I just want to see that. But who I think will be in it, I honestly think, even though the Bills have a horrible history, like horrible luck, I like the Bills a lot, and I think the Bills are gonna make it, and they're gonna play. I don't think they're gonna play New Orleans. I think the Bills are gonna play Green Bay. I think
Mhm.
that's my prediction. The Bills play Green Bay, and I think Aaron Rodgers does the damn thing and finally wins. The fact that he went through this previous decade without a Super Bowl is beyond me. Like I just think that's so crazy. So I think he's due. He needs to get one soon because he's getting up there in age. So I think it'll be a Bills Packers Super Bowl with the Packers coming out.
That would have honestly been my exact prediction. So this is how I see it. On the NFC, like the real contenders are really who the Packers, the Buccaneers, and
Mm-hmm.
don't count out the Seahawks at all because they be doing crazy shit in the playoffs.
Of course.
But I think the Packers make it through. They don't have the best run defense, but they have a pretty good pass defense.
Right.
Um, and I think that matches up well with the other NFC teams I mentioned. So I'd go with the Packers in
Mm-hmm.
the NFC, unless the Giants make it. I got to put a little love out there.
Of course. Of
Nah,
course.
I'm playing. But in the AFC, I think it's really the Chiefs or the Bills. Um, I think the Chiefs, like no one would be wrong in picking them, but the Bills, man, they're just having fun out there. Like you
They
look at
are.
that football team, it's well rounded. Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, bro. Josh Allen is throwing with precision, with depth. It's ridiculous. Like he should have been in the MVP conversation all year,
Mm-hmm.
and right now
I
he's just
agree.
picking up like talking. Obviously, you compare with Patrick Mahomes, with Aaron Rodgers. You got to earn your dues.
Right.
Um, but the Bills, they're looking a lot like the Chiefs during the regular season last year. Like the
Right.
Chiefs, all their trick plays last year, just bombing it to Tyreek, bombing it to Travis Kelsey. Like that's an exciting football team, and
Yeah.
you can look at the
Yeah.
numbers, you can look at the players, but when the football team's exciting, they're having fun, and you can visibly see it even without the fans.
Mhm.
It's that's a scary team. That's a scary.
They're doing post game interviews Monday night on the Bills Patriots game. I don't know if you saw it, but like Josh and Stefan were talking about like how they play video games together and how like apparently Stefan's actually not good at video games. Like they have fun. They look like a real team, and the NFL MVP award, like it kind of bothers me that it's basically just been a quarterback award, like best quarterback. Like I can't remember the last time a non-quarterback won the NFL MVP award. And
Mhm.
Stephon Diggs has been unbelievable. So is Devontae Adams, but like other players, like Aaron Donald has been per usual ridiculous. So I think the NFL MVP award they need to like either fix it up completely or have different criteria because I really like get annoyed that it's only like basically the best quarterback. Josh Allen has been amazingly ridiculous. And what round did you take him in? It was very late, and you got
Yes,
arguably one of the
sir.
best. Yeah, you got arguably one of the best value picks in our fantasy draft because he's been amazing, and I've always liked him, even when he was kind of struggling in Buffalo and always scrambling and looking panicking in the pocket. Like I've always thought he was gonna be like a really good quarterback, and I'm happy it's happening, especially for a team like Buffalo, who's they're a tormented franchise. So I'm happy that they're seeing some success, and I hope they make it to the Super Bowl. I really really do. Like I'm pulling for them.
Yeah, man. Buffalo, like Bills Mafia gets a lot of shit for just being Bills Mafia, but
Hmm.
they're a good fan base, man.
No, they are.
Like
They
which
are.
fan base isn't wild like that? You know.
Yeah, yeah. No, like I've been. Have you been to an NFL game before?
No, I haven't. It's the one sport I really want to go to that I haven't been to.
So I lived in Jacksonville for a period of my life, and I lived in Jacksonville during the Blaine Gabbert era. So
Oh my
tickets
god.
were quite cheap. And then people were giving them away. Like in middle school, you could win like Jaguars tickets. No joke. So I've been to three Jaguars games. They played the Lions, the Titans, and the Steelers.
Mhm,
Um, and I just want to say, like, though, like, not the Titans fan base, but I really felt the Lions fan base in regards to how well they travel is underrated. Everyone knows the Steelers fans travel incredibly well. They're everywhere and anywhere, and they pack a stadium regardless of who's there. But the Lions fans, like, there was Barry Sanders jerseys as far as the eye could see. Now Jacksonville doesn't have a great fan base. Like, as someone who lived there, as someone who like watch them. Like they don't have a great fan base. There was also nothing really much to root for because they were terrible in,
mhm.
oh my gosh, what was this, like 2013? Like they were horrible. But Lions fans are, I think they're an underappreciated fan base. I think they travel really well, and they were nice people when I went. Now this is one game. It's basically 8 years ago. My God, but yeah, but no, NFL games are fun. NFL games are fun. We definitely have to
Absolutely.
make that happen sooner rather than later when we can. Even, I know we can't right now, but sooner rather than later, hopefully we can make that happen, you know.
Yeah, man. Speaking of the Jaguars, I got to give out a shout out to the other fraud in the league, Mr. Matt Edelman. I think picking up James Robinson was great. Um, I was tight that he had so many running backs when I needed a damn running back.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, no, I think Matt's team. I wouldn't have ever told him, but I thought he was gonna win. He had a really good team.
Oh
His
yeah.
1, 2, and 3 picks were great. Lamar as a third pick, I think was a great overall pick. But
Hmm.
I'm not third overall, but like third round, first
Third round.
of that round. But yeah, I think I honestly thought Matt was gonna win it, Matt or Jason, one of them.
Me too. I
But
think I went on record saying Noah and Matt. I think that was the first episode. I think that was the first episode. I said Noah or Matt were the teams that scare me the most.
mm,
And yeah, Matt had real injury problems like McCaffrey. McCaffrey played what 3 games this year and had 6 touchdowns. Like he made the right pick. It's just he was never healthy. But McCaffrey came in that one time against Kansas City. He had like 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like just does the McCaffrey thing. But no, Matt's team was very good, and I think you said it in the chat either yesterday or the day before. Like there was really no bad team. Like even if we clown Honor, like Honor didn't have a bad team. Like no one
not
has a bad team. So I think especially when you start out, everyone's in it. But no, I want to give Matt his due respect too because I was very scared of his team for the longest time, and he got eliminated. But
yeah.
he was a very scary team.
Yeah, I was honestly scared of his team until I was talking to someone. It's like he just didn't have the receivers, and he wasn't willing to make a trade for a receiver. He was
Yeah,
Will Fuller season until he wasn't, and then
yeah,
he was.
until he couldn't be. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
and then he traded me James Robinson. I traded Todd Gurley at like the peak of his value.
Mhm.
And he traded me James Robinson. That helped me get into the playoffs a lot. Because if I didn't make that trade, I definitely would have lost. I think everyone overvalued Mark Andrews this season, including me. I had Travis Kelsey and I traded for Mark Andrews because I wish someone would bite, and not many people did, except Matt, surprisingly. And Mark Andrews had a decent end to the fantasy football season, like week 9 through 13. But
Yeah,
he wasn't the value of like James Robinson. So when he traded me James Robinson, that helped me a lot. But Todd Gurley found the end zone, which was important, which was why his value was so high. But I don't know, it was just off an instinct. Like I didn't think he was going to be as great anymore, especially because you could see him deteriorate. Like when he was on my team, I watched him. Like I had him for 6 weeks, and I was watching him. Like he's not Todd Gurley anymore. It makes me sad, because I also had David Johnson, who's literally like he's become one of my favorite players only because he's such a nice guy. Like he's like if you ever watch him in post game interviews or like listen to him talk, like he literally seems like the nicest guy. And it pains me to see players like Todd Gurley and David Johnson. Like if you watch football, you can really see like they don't have that second edge, that burst,
Mhm.
anymore. And it's sad,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
man. It's really sad.
Yeah.
But that was definitely a great season. I think my team I really like my team, man. My receivers with Mike Evans, Juju, Sterling Shepard. Who's my other? Oh, DK Metcalf, man. I got him a
DK Metcalf.
steal. And
Yes.
people were sleeping on him just like they slept on him in the draft, man. And I'm like,
hmm I
I
I've
will
done yeah.
gladly draft this freak of nature. No
I
disrespect
I
if you watch.
I slept on him last season too, especially last season when Jason took him. I thought he was very overrated. I thought the hype around him was ridiculous, and my God, was I wrong. He's amazing. He's amazing. So no, you had a great pick there. I respect the heck out of that, boss. Of course.
Yeah, man. I could honestly, I would have been chilling all season if Dak was still playing. I hate the
hmm
Cowboys, but Dak, please get better.
Me too. Yeah,
Um, Zeke needs you. The Cowboys team needs you. But
badly. I think there's certain things like it's funny. I hate the Cowboys as a Giants fan, San Francisco Giants fan. I hate the Dodgers. I'm a Niners fan, but there's certain things where like if the Dodgers are doing well, it's good for baseball. If the Yankees are doing well, I'm not a Yankee fan at all. Um, you know, it's good for baseball, and I think it's good for football when the Cowboys are doing well. As much as that pains me to say, like it's good entertainment. It's
have
it's
have
good for
them
the
pull the
league.
playoff spot.
Exactly. Like even if they want to do that, like just having them competitive and in contention and playing well is good for football, in my opinion. And Dak going down, that was so painful to watch, and I hope he gets better ASAP.
Yeah,
And I
man.
think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. Speaking of, bro, like another team. This is the team I think is really good football, and I've said it multiple weeks in a row. The Dolphins, man. The
Yeah.
Dolphins winning football games is good for football.
Yeah.
It's just you never expect them to do well. You're just waiting for them because they always have like one or two good players, man. Like
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry back in the day. That safety they traded away. I think it was Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's on the
Bro, they
Steelers
always
too.
had
So.
like their front office isn't bad with the draft, bro. But like everything
No.
just came together with Brian Flores this season. Like you see that
Mhm.
Belichick tree coming out, bro.
Yes. No,
Like,
you
it's
see it.
coming
And
out.
they have I think in my opinion, I mean, they have what, Xavier Howard, they got that kid from Auburn. I can't pronounce his name. I like like they drafted him and I kept asking Blake because he went to Auburn, and I'm like, how the hell do you it's like Igbenogany, I think is how you pronounce it. They got Xavier
I
Howard, Byron Jones, Igbenogany, like I think that's how you pronounce it, as like the corners and stuff. Like and then they have a really good team. Kyle Van Noy at linebacker. Like
oh
they have
yeah.
good pieces. And they're a fun team to watch also because they have Tua. Like you said, they're criminally slept on. Like we just talked about the Super Bowl. I didn't even consider the Dolphins, but they can make some noise. I shouldn't be so disrespectful to the Miami Dolphins, but you know,
Yeah, no. I mean I think the Dolphins could make a playoff push, but the talent in the AFC is just ridiculous. You have the
yeah,
Bills, you have the Chiefs, and even though the Steelers, they lost a few games, they're very banged up. I still don't think they're a fraudulent team. Ben Roethlisberger's lost a little bit, but he's not throwing the ball as well he should. But he showed up against the Colts. Like he
yeah.
showed up.
Like that's the thing. Like you kind of alluded to it. Like they have no run game whatsoever. Like it's really really bad, especially the last 4 weeks. And at the end of the day, like you said, he's lost a little bit of a step. So I think it's a little bit more transparent what they're trying to do on offense. But he's still so talented. Like he's a quarterback that like makes me mad at how good he is.
Yeah.
Like it's just like how, considering his arm, there's more metal in his arm than flesh at this point. Like,
Mm.
and he's still moving around there. Like he's still very smart, and like I I respect him as a player a lot. He leaves me confused. Like at the end of drives when he's like scoring, I'm like, how? Like
I
it's
completely
crazy.
agree, bro. And sometimes it's funny, maybe not anymore, but a few years ago, like he'd be rolling out of the pocket. And then you know how big Big Ben is, bro. Like
Yeah,
Big Ben rolling out of the pocket, you're like, why? How? And then
he
he
he was
completes like a 40-yard
he
strike. And I'm like, what
exactly
what?
like he's so elusive and broke tackles a lot. Like we look at Deshaun Watson now, who breaks tackles all the time, but he gets sacked a lot.
Yeah.
So like I had him in fantasy, and I became such a huge because I had Deshaun Watson and David Johnson. So basically the yards went through my team, the
Mhm,
yards of the Houston. So I watch them every second, and it like bothers me that, as great as Deshaun Watson is, like I've never been his biggest fan because I think he gets put on a pedestal, rightfully so. He does stuff that's ridiculous, but he takes a lot of sacks. Like I rarely saw him throw that football away, and I think that was the difference between Big Ben. Like Big Ben's obviously not as quick, but he can break tackles and like get out of the pocket. He used to, not anymore, but like that's why I brought up that comparison. Like break tackles, get out of the pocket, like really throw a, a beautiful ball. Like it's yeah,
mhm.
like his personal life, I don't care for at all. But as a player, like he's done some crazy stuff. Like it's really impressive actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now moving on from that though, but is there any team that surprised you this season that you really liked and you want to watch next season just because they were better than
Um,
they were, or?
I'll give you one that I disliked, and real quick, I'll answer that question with the original. San Francisco is so bad. Like then they got
That's your
so
team.
hurt, but and it's my team. But I mean, Vegas had them at what 11.5 wins, and
Mhm.
we're at 5 or 6 entering the last game. I think we're 6, 6-9, and we just beat Arizona. Like that one bothered me. Like that, it hurt watching like everyone go down. Then it hurt like how talented our team is without having a good quarterback. I would honestly say the word good, like it bothers me. So that was my dislike surprise. In terms of surprise team, like also the Patriots, that was a dislike. Like as a surprise, like I said from the jump, I've never liked Cam Newton as a quarterback or a player, and like I knew it would happen.
Mhm.
Um, but like it was still like I want Cam Newton to do well. That's the thing. Like as much as I don't think he's that good, I want him to play well, and
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
didn't. Yeah, like he choked. He had that fumble. Like I knew it was done. I knew the season was done weeks like 6 against Buffalo. Like they're driving. It's at Buffalo. They're driving. They are like 30 seconds left. They're in field goal range. They're just trying to get closer, and he like fumbled the football. And
Mhm.
I mean, his. I think he has basically as many turnovers as touchdowns this year, both rushing and passing and interceptions and fumbles. He has like it's a basically a 1-to-1 ratio. So that was unfortunate. That one was a dislike. But anyone that played well that surprised me. I'm trying to think. Um honestly, I don't know why I can only think of teams that like made me upset. Like the Raiders. I don't like the Raiders, but like they should be better than what they are. Like they're so talented. And I love Waller. I love his story. Um
Yeah.
Come back to me. I'll give it to you. A team that surprised you that, you didn't
Yeah,
expect to be as good.
2 teams for me, honestly. I'll start off with, the Panthers. I think Teddy Two Gloves, man, after playing behind Drew Brees or learning from Drew Brees, that team.
Aren't they like 5-10? 4 and
Yeah.
like aren't
Nah, but I've watched a lot of Panthers games, and they're a talented
yeah, me too.
football team. I think,
Mhm.
if I don't even know, I think they could win more games next season. It's just that they're in a
Yeah.
really tough division. They kept
Yeah.
close with the Bucks, they kept close with the Saints.
Mhm.
So I guess that's kind of like I'll watch a few more Panthers games, and I think they're better than the record.
Me
But
too.
really, really speaking about better than the record, I think the Washington football team. Their defense is suffocating, man.
Mhm.
Chase Young is a bad, bad man.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Vegas had them at 5 wins, and I took their over because I said they're more talented than 5 wins. And Antonio Gibson, shout out Jason, who knew from the
Hey,
jump
kid.
how great he was. A give, he's been a pleasant surprise, and I can't wait to see him progress next season. I'm really excited to see what Washington does next season, even though this season's not even close to done. They can make the playoffs, but yeah, they're a pleasant surprise. I'm happy they're doing well too because that's also a suffering fan base. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
There were just a
it
lot
was
of teams that shouldn't have been bad as they were. The Chargers, the Falcons.
yes, that's what I'm saying. Like I can only think of teams that made me disappointed. Like the 49ers, I said what, the 49ers, Patriots, and Raiders. There's I honestly can think of other teams that made me like the Panthers, like you said, they're way better than their record set. And I watched a lot of Panthers games because I had Robbie Anderson on my team.
Mhm.
And they're way better than the record. I mean, they've lost like 2 games off like Joey Sly, like 60-yard field goals. You know what I mean? They've lost 2 games just like that. I think The problem is Teddy Bridgewater does not throw a great deep ball, and
Mhm.
sometimes when it's 4th and 8 and you need to convert to keep the drive alive, like, the 4-yard slants sometimes don't do it anymore, you know? So, that's something I wanna see him get better at, but
Yeah.
I swear I can only think of teams that, like, made me upset more than anything. And because so many of my friends and, your friends too are Jets fans, like, I always wanna see the Jets do well. I
Definitely.
am you never well, you're a Giants fan, so that makes sense. As a Niners fan, I couldn't care less. I want and because most of my friends are Jets fans, I want the Jets to do well. I
Mhm.
want the Jets to play well, and they're so terrible. Like, it really bothers me how bad they are because I want to see my friends like be hopeful for something. Like being like a Jets Knicks fan, like a Jets Mets Knicks fan must be like the worst. Like I can't put it together. Like that's
Yeah.
Yuri. Yuri's a Jets Mets Knicks fan. Like it's it's horrible. And the Knicks are winning. Like they've been playing good basketball, as you know. You being the Knicks fan that you are, the Knicks
Two
are
and two,
winning.
baby.
Yes, sir. They're playing good basketball. So there's that. But nah, man, the Jets pissed me off. The Niners pissed me off. A lot of teams just piss me off more than anything. But I guess,
Oh, I'll give you one team, the
mm,
Browns.
yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, perfect. Yes, very
The
happy to pick them
Browns,
up.
man. Holy shit.
Yes.
What a team. What a season, bro.
Yeah. Even though
That
they
game
lost
against
to the Jets, they cost me a little money, but that's okay.
yeah,
You're forgiven,
same
Cleveland.
here. Same here. Same here. Same. But bro, the
Yeah.
Browns, Baker Mayfield finally found his groove, and that's honestly because the GM, he got him an offensive line.
Hmm.
Like Baker Mayfield, he doesn't got pressure. He just throwing it on the dime. Like, damn, if he
Yeah.
had Odell too, holy shit, this team.
Yeah.
And then he went from having such a great receiving core to having no receiving core
They
against the
had no like everyone was on the COVID-19 list. It was horrible. Like he was throwing, oh my God. Like the amount of like receivers I had to learn, like Donovan Peoples Jones and then something Hodge. I don't know Hodge's first name. It's only because our great friend Jason, his last
yeah,
name's
yeah,
Hodge. So like week one when we were watching, he's like, that could be my cousin. Like,
yeah.
okay.
Wait, I think it
So
was Hodges, and he told us that story about how he got Hodges in his family and Hodge. I don't remember.
yeah. I think oh yeah, that's true. So there's Hodge, there's Donovan Peoples Jones, there's and then yesterday I was trying to watch the game and I'm like, I don't know who these players like I've never heard of these receivers in my life. So I didn't know what the hell was going on. But
Yeah,
no, there you go. Thank you for that one. That was important. The Cleveland Browns have been pleasant. And I hope they make oh my God, if there's any team that any fan base, any team that deserves it, it's the Cleveland Browns. So hopefully they make some noise too. Um, but
yeah.
yeah.
Imagine, man, the Browns. That's really good for football, man. An 0-16 team turning it around. It shows you
Hmm.
that Cinderella story, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. But what I think so we're almost at the time that you said you wanted to talk. So I just want to say that was super quick. That's the thing. Like I want to make these podcast episodes shorter, but like
Mhm.
it's so hard because I can talk to you guys, as I said, like I haven't seen you guys in a fat minute. I love talking to you guys and catching up and making sure you're doing okay and everything. And this is just like Anurag wanted to record this, make this a podcast, but I do this with you regularly. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So this is just another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we can stop it here. But is there any closing remarks, any shout outs, anything you want to say, any message? Because this is going on the internet for millions of people to see. So,
Yeah, I think as I said to the group in my victory message, I think this is a great season of football. I'm excited for playoff football, but I'm definitely thankful for it. It's not Thanksgiving, but
mhm,
as the year ends, just allowing us to have a good time. I'm glad that through all the shit we talked to each other, and this is specifically
mhm.
to the league, we were still able to talk to each other,
Yeah,
and that's awesome. I feel like everyone in that league loves and hates everyone else for
of
various
course.
reasons,
Of course.
fantasy and non-fantasy wise, and I think that's awesome. But I'm glad we finally got a trophy through. Let's keep this
Mhm.
league going.
Absolutely.
Let's
Well,
go
oh,
Paul.
this league will never disband. This league is here to stay. But I'm gonna leave it on this. I'm actually, if you don't mind, because I read over it real quick. There's nothing. There's no cursing, no nothing. I can definitely read the note that you gave to the league. This was like your closing remarks on a fantasy season. But you said to the greatest league known to man. This season has been like no other, and I would like to not only celebrate this win, but acknowledge the time we have spent together in person and virtually this year. Football allowed us to take a step back from reality and cherish the friendships that this league has created and take a breath in this world we live in today. I thank AZ Death Row, Jason, and Landeezy, Noah, for providing great matchups and the rest of the league for simply not having one bad team. We dispelled myths about being a fraudulent team, as well as the controversy over a win where we did not start a tight end. True. Nonetheless, this team has gone through multiple name changes and much adversity. We came out remembering our roots. Lastly, never forget that if you come at the king, you best not miss.
Yes,
Till next
sir.
season, Attiker. Well, on that, man, and I'll show you your prize just so you know one more time, and it'll have your nameplate. But this is for you, man. Congratulations. Thank you so much for being on here. It was a great time. I really enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
till next
Thank you
time,
for
and
having me, man.
of course, and until I see
Pleasure,
you,
bro.
boss.
Got you.